There's something fascinating about how modern car keys have evolved. What used to be a simple metal blade is now a highly encrypted digital handshake between a vehicle and a tiny circuit board you can hold between your fingers. And when that system fails, or when a customer needs a replacement, the solution isn't cutting metal anymore. It's understanding encryption, firmware, and module architecture at a deep level. Today, we're walking through how to add and clone a BMW BDC3 encrypted key using the Yanhua Mini ACDP2 system, specifically in bench mode. This is Hussein, and you're watching Baabji Motors, where we break down real workshop procedures into clear, practical knowledge you can actually use. Everything shared here is strictly for educational and professional training purposes. Always follow local regulations, ownership verification protocols, and manufacturer guidelines before performing any immobilizer or key-related work. Now, here's the big question I want you thinking about as we go through this. Is bench mode cloning really safer and more efficient than traditional on-vehicle programming for modern BMW platforms? Stay with me until the end, because I'll give you a clear answer based on real-world technician logic. Let's first understand what we're dealing with. BMW's BDC3 module, which stands for Body Domain Controller, is used across many G-series platforms. It handles immobilizer functions, key authentication, comfort access, and multiple body control features. The keys are encrypted, meaning the data inside isn't simple EEPROM copying anymore. It's secure communication that requires the correct adapter, licensing, and software support. With recent firmware updates, the Yanhua Mini ACDP2 supports bench mode ICP key copy for BDC2, BDC3, encrypted LCD keys, and BCP modules, including UWB and non-UWB variants. Bench mode means you don't need to connect directly inside the vehicle during the cloning process. Instead, you work directly on the key using a dedicated interface board and encrypted key adapter. Here's what you need before you even power anything on. You need the Yanhua Mini ACDP or ACDP2 device, but realistically, ACDP2 is recommended because of expanded compatibility and stability with encrypted platforms. You must have Module 38 activated. That's the FEM and BDC key programming license. Without it, encrypted key functions won't appear in the menu. You'll also need the Yanhua BDC2 and BDC3 encrypted key adapter. This adapter is critical because it provides a secure communication channel between the interface board and the key PCB. Of course, you need the original working key and a compatible blank replacement key. Always verify frequency, FCC-ID, and PCB layout match before attempting cloning. A mismatched blank will fail or, worse, become unusable. Now let's talk software requirements, because this is where many technicians get stuck. Your ACDP PC software should be at least version 1.0.64 or newer. For ACDP2 PC, version 2.0.8 or higher is required. On Android devices, you should be running version 3.0.141 or above. On iOS, version 3.6.4 or newer. Running outdated firmware is one of the most common reasons encrypted key functions fail. Once everything is ready, we move to the physical preparation. Open the BDC3 key housing carefully. Avoid prying aggressively because the PCB inside is delicate and damage here means permanent failure. Once opened, place the key PCB onto the Yanhua interface board. Before placing it down, make sure the latch on the interface board is set to the unlock position. Align the contact pins precisely with the PCB pads. You should feel it sit evenly without pressure. Once aligned, gently press down and switch the latch to lock. This secures the board in place and ensures stable data communication. Now connect your hardware chain properly. The ACDP2 connects to the encrypted key adapter, and the adapter connects to the interface board holding the key PCB. Double-check all cable seating. Loose connections during encrypted write operations can corrupt data. On the adapter, set the dip switch to the BDC3 position. If this is set incorrectly, the device may fail to read or misidentify the key type. Now we move into the software. Open the ACDP application. Navigate through BMW, then FEM and BDC, then IMMO and mileage. From there select BDC02, BDC03, BCP, LCD key encrypted ICP copy key. Then choose BDC03 key square encrypted. The naming might slightly vary depending on your firmware, but the encrypted BDC03 option is the correct path. Insert the original key on the interface board and initiate the read function. The system will extract encrypted key data. Once read, verify the VIN displayed matches the vehicle you're working on. Confirm key slot information as well. The software will generate a backup file in bin format. This is critical. Never skip the backup. Note the file path and timestamp so you can locate it later if needed. That bin file is your recovery insurance. Now remove the original key from the interface board. Insert your new blank key onto the board and secure it again in the lock position. Here's an important safety rule. Never reconnect the original key once you start writing to the blank key. Doing so can cause synchronization issues and may permanently disable one of the keys. During encrypted write operations, consistency is everything. Select the right BDC3 Encrypted key option. The system will prompt you to confirm new key data. It will also automatically create a backup of the blank key's initial state. Next, upload the original bin backup file you created earlier. The system will verify compatibility and data integrity. Once verified, begin the write process. Do not disturb cables or power during this stage. The writing process takes a short period, but resist the urge to rush. Once complete, the software will display a success confirmation. The clone key data is automatically saved by the ACDP2 system for record keeping. After successful cloning, reassemble the key housing carefully. Test the key on the vehicle for lock, unlock, and start authorization. If the original key was fully functional and the cloning was performed correctly, the new key should operate identically without additional vehicle side programming. Now, let's answer the earlier question. Is bench mode cloning safer and more efficient than traditional on-vehicle programming? In many cases, yes. Bench mode ICP copy reduces the risk of vehicle communication interruption, voltage fluctuation, and gateway security lockouts. It also avoids unnecessary module disassembly. However, it requires precision, proper licensing, and correct hardware configuration. So while it can be safer, it is only safer when performed correctly. Here's my personal take. For workshops that regularly handle BMW G series models, investing in proper encrypted adapters and mastering bench workflow is absolutely worth it. It improves turnaround time and reduces dependency on online key ordering or dealership-level programming. One practical tip I'll leave you with. Always keep a dedicated external power supply for your ACDP setup during encrypted operations. Even though the device draws minimal power, stable voltage reduces risk during critical data writing. So to wrap this up clearly, yes, bench mode encrypted key cloning with Yanhua ACDP2 is a reliable and professional solution when done properly, and for many scenarios it's more controlled than in-vehicle programming. I'd genuinely like to hear your experience. Have you found bench mode cloning more stable in your shop, or do you still prefer traditional vehicle side programming? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Fun fact before we close, BMW's newer ultra-wideband keys add spatial awareness capability, meaning the vehicle can detect not just proximity, but the exact direction and position of the key. That's how precision anti-theft relay protection is improving in newer platforms. If this breakdown helped you understand a process more clearly, let's aim for 1,000 likes and 100 comments on this video. Only a small percentage of viewers are actually subscribed, and subscribing directly helps Baabji Motors grow, reach #1 in practical automotive education, and continue producing deep technical content like this. These detailed analyses take real-time, testing, and workshop experience to create. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions directly support that effort. If any of the tools mentioned are available through affiliate links in the description, they're there for convenience and transparency. Using them helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Thank you for spending your time here. Keep sharpening your skills, keep pushing your diagnostic knowledge forward, and I'll see you in the next one.